Greetings. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about templates. We had talked at the area meeting about some things about training, and I thought maybe I can just go quickly over my use of templates for you. I was really surprised people don't use templates. I like templates because I don't destroy old documents, and I have a tendency to be forgetful enough that I often save when I'm typing over an old document. I save it automatically without changing its name, and so now I've destroyed that old document with new data. And so I find templates help me keep from doing that. Many of you just go to the old document, and let me just point out some of the things. I have a vacation form. Say I'm going to go on vacation 628. So I come down here and type 628/13, and now I'm going to save it. And I come up here and I do a save, and I go, oh, and then I go, oh, shucky darn, I just destroyed my vacation 05/31/13 form with new data. And that may be making too light of it, but it happens all the time. And I don't want to do that. I want to keep these old records. You want to keep these old records, and so you have them on file. But some of you go, oh well, I'm going to make a paper copy anyway. So I've stored a paper copy of the old vacation form, the 531 vacation form. I don't need to have an electronic copy. Well, let's be realistic. What our office needs is more paper, more paper filed away. And so I just think it's a good idea to try to keep all this stuff as electronic form. It's, where it's backed up, and you have that record. I think using a template can help you avoid the extra paper, the making mistake of writing over old data, and just it's good to use. So I'm not going to save this because I don't want to, but if I go new from template, and here's my vacation form, everything's filled out. All I have to do is put in the 628/13. 628/13. Whoops. Six 28/13. I didn't say I was good at this. 8. I always put 8 hours. I don't think I need to, but I do. Now, it's vacation, but everything was checked. Everything was on the form beforehand, except the date and everything. Now, I would save this. I would come up to save. It's going to say, oh, workbook 8. Well, I've been working on a few workbooks today, so now I'm on workbook 8. So I would change this to vacation 06/28/13. And that just is my way of storing this away. I send it to the desktop first because I'm going to print it off, and I can find it easily. And then I can print it off, and then I can move it later to my vacation form file that I have buried in a through a bunch of series. I have it buried in my office folder under vacation, and so I can do that and do that. So if what I want to warn you is this will default since you started with a template. Now I've been using it all day, so I've been going to the desktop with things. This will default to your template folder. You don't want to save the vacation form back to your template folder after you've named it, because then you'll have a template called vacation 06/28/13. You want to make sure you put it somewhere other than the template folder. So, just make sure that this is going to, when it says where, make sure it's going to the destination that you want it to go to. So if we say save, this is going to come up and say, do I want to replace, because I've done this already today. And I'll say cancel because I don't need to replace it. But we'll just cancel that. And that's how you would use the template. It would save it. And, guess what? The next time, don't save. The next time you go new from template, vacation form, it just has the incidentals, everything, and then you put in new dates. And so it's very nice for that. Another way I use this is actually is another Excel file. And so I come up here, new from template, and I have PARP attendance. Now Sherry sends out a PARP attendance form every time, and I guess all I do is make sure that the date on her PARP attendance form is the same as my date on my PARP attendance form. And I don't download hers every time because I have it on as a template. Now I have made this template that I think you can type in it a little easier than her form and everything, because it's an Excel spreadsheet. I can type all this stuff in. One of the things, St. Joe County is already there. Now all I need to do is type in. Sherry sent me a number, and this one happens to be 888888, and the date is going to be June 26, 2013. And there I have this ready to print. Now these are ephemeral documents. These are documents that you don't need to keep on hand. You just need to print some off to take to the meeting. So we're not going to necessarily save this document, so we don't have to worry about where we store it or anything like that. But what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to print. And it's all printed and gone. And we've got our copies. So now we come up here and we just say, okay, I don't need this anymore. I've printed them off. And I can say, click and say don't save. And I don't have that extra file stored on my computer. I don't need that extra file stored on my computer. And if I come back and say new from template, the next time I have a meeting, oops, I went to the vacation form. New from template, PARP attendance. There I have a new form ready to go, and it just makes it nice and easy. I don't need to store this. These are ephemeral documents that we're not going to need to store. We need to store the hard copies with actual signatures on it. Now, Another way it actually is in Word, and everybody's used some Word templates. You get them downloaded from Purdue. But here's another way that I use it. This is PARP attendance again, and I don't know if you could use this for attendance for dining with diabetes or whatever. I don't know if you can use this, but here's the attendance sheet. When people forget their number and they can't use the other sheet, they have to give us the last four digits as the Social Security number. And this is the form that we use. So I usually print off about 10 of these or 5 pages of these. And what I do is you go ahead and type in, and this is 888888. And you got to realize that you made some space there. And I come back over on this side, and I made some space there because this is a Word template. And again, I would type in June 26, 2013. And again, I sort of always do them in with a little bit of different color. Now what you can do here, just copy this, okay, come down to the bottom, and paste it in, and there you have your form all set up. Again, it's an ephemeral form. It's not something that you're going to store and keep on hand. with these numbers on it. So you only need to print this, and then when you get done with it, you just say don't save, and you know I can go back the next time. I can go to templates and pull that form up again and put in the specific information. But I just think these are ways that you can use templates, and that people don't often. The fact that you don't use them, I think, is just, I find it interesting because they can be very time saving. Thanks for listening.